Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another trading session with In the Zone Trader. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's had a great start to the week. We're right smack in the middle of it. How's everybody doing? All right, let's review the market, shall we? So here's the NQ daily chart. And we are right stuck in this zone of resistance. So 25,000 is currently where we're trading at the moment. Right a few points underneath that actually. And this zone right here is just traffic jam, clutter. If buyers want to continue their buying from 2 days ago, they really need to break this downward trend line and close above it. Right now we are at resistance, so this does open the door for sellers to come back down and push this thing back down to support. This type of price action, to be honest with you guys, is really tricky, especially if you're for all the swing traders out there in this market. Let's check out the ES daily chart. Similar story. If I draw this sort of downward trend here, kind of approaching it, we're underneath the 21 EMA. Actually, ES looks a lot more bearish than the NQ does. So we could push lower here. Good morning, Doug. Yes, same as yesterday. So, same as yesterday, indeed. Let's see if we have any news today. We did have core CPI data this morning that essentially came out exactly as forecasted. No change from last month as well. So the market did not like that too much. You can see here at 8:30, we shot up and then dropped right back down. We do have crude oil inventories at 10:30, and normally I don't pay attention to oil when I'm trading the NQ and the ES, but since oil's been such a huge factor in discussion, especially with the war going on at the moment, might have to pay attention to the 10:30 candle today. That being said, you could see on the overnight trading, we're stuck in this trading range. We're finally getting some motion above VWAP, above 25,000, 6 minutes before market opens. But this is not a trending environment at all. We are in a trading range, so don't like trading ranges, but we will do our best. We will do our best. We're going to be very tight with our rules, just like we were yesterday. I think that worked out real well. Just being really patient. This trading environment's been very difficult to trade in, and so having good discipline and sticking to your rules is what's going to keep you safe and having an edge in the market. That's correct, Doug. The weekly and the monthly time frames are still technically in an uptrend. I talked about that yesterday in Mark's live swing trading room. So, which I'll be hosting again today at 11. I will say though, it's been kind of nice to only have to trade for essentially an hour and a half and just be forced to cut it off because I have other meetings. On the days where I end up trading too long, I tend to overtrade, and then overtrading brings in all sorts of things like fatigue, bad decision making, impatience. And so I don't know, maybe I might incorporate just cutting off trading an hour and a half in and just be done for the day. So something I'm strongly considering. With hindsight, this would have been a good iron condo week for both, for sure, because there's a lot of indecision and we're stuck in a range. We could have sold a lot of premium and banked on that, right? Good morning, Hedda. Good to see you on here. We have about 3 minutes till market opens. Two hours in the morning and maybe 2 hours in the afternoon. Yeah, you know, actually that's what I ended up doing yesterday, Doug, was just trading for another hour in the afternoon, and it was pretty decent session actually. I think just continuously trading, not a good idea. Definitely taking breaks, especially around 11:30 or so, and then coming back around maybe 2 o'clock. I think that's optimal. Yeah, trading from like 9:30 to 11 or 11:30 and then taking a break and coming back around 2 o'clock, and where volume starts picking up again. Yes, ES is around VWAP. Let's see what we do at market open. What is considered a major news? Well, we already had it today, Hada. It was at 8:30 in the morning. It was CPI data. We do have some other news in the afternoon. If you go to forexfactory.com, you'll see all the news events. And if the folder is orange or red, I would consider that major news. Sometimes yellow. Did I make it outside yesterday? The weather here is starting to warm up, so we are starting to see a little bit of signs of spring. So lows in the 40s, and we had a high of 86 yesterday, which is a big range. Big range. All right, we're under 30 seconds before market opens. Yeah, Take Profit would have sent you an email this morning at 5:30 telling you exactly when not to trade. And we are off. Yeah, the temperatures right now are as wide as this market's volatility. So you guys know about my new rule. I don't like trading the first 5 minutes. So let's see what the market wants to do. Yeah, are you talking about swing trades, Doug? I found one. I think Tractor Supply looked pretty good. I think the ticker for that is TSCO. But I told people to kind of take small size on that one, just because we haven't broken the daily downward trend line. Buyers are probably wanting to go to 100. That's their target. Yeah, it is pulling back this morning, Doug. We'll have to see what it does around 11 o'clock when I host a room. Yeah, it's got a nice weekly channel, and we are at support, so... Yeah, 6,800 is a resistance area for the ES, and so is the 100 here for the NQ. Not really much room to go in either direction, so... Alright, NQ just retested 100. Or I should say tested it for the first time. It almost hit it at 933.33, but it hit it at 935.40. So this would be a bearish signal here, but we are in an uptrend, so not going to be taking that bearish trade. Time to adjust this line. This is a high, this is a lower high. We might break it here, but I'm going to mark it anyway. I am greenlit to trade, just these setups are not that great. So all right, we hit our bullish target. We stopped out of the bearish trade. Might get another bearish entry here, but we have this upward trend line here. It's more immediate upward trend line. Sellers are really trying to hold 100. We are in a battle zone, it appears. A lot of back and forth. I can't take the move up either because we have standard deviation above us, so there really isn't room to take either trade. And the downward trend line is going to hit this, the downward trigger, the bearish trigger, if it does, has the EMA in the way and the upward trend line in the way. So we're just in a really tight range right now. This one might actually have room because it's so small. Let me see. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Triggered up, but it also stopped out. There wasn't room for it anyway. And you're going to run into the same problem trying to go down. And because 100 hasn't been reliable on either end, this makes it less likely that it's going to hold in the desired direction that I'm looking for. So I'm probably not going to be taking a trade off of the 100 based on the data that I'm seeing. It's not holding in either direction, right? So that tells me 100 is not a level that I should be looking to hold in this instance. Now, yesterday, the 100 was actually where we made 2 of our winning trades, if you guys recall. So you can see here the 100 is not even holding. And we're getting 2 signals, a bullish and a bearish one. This is mixed signaling. Like it can't make up its mind. Now, granted, we are in an uptrend. We are creating higher highs and higher lows. But there's no follow through. Looks like the bearish trade is almost at target. This lower high from earlier makes me move this downward trend line. So based on this high up here from 12:27 a.m. last night, we did hit the bearish. I'll most likely also draw this more immediate downward trend line here. Looks like that's a potential trend as well. Golden ruler moves up. And now we got this bearish signal here, but doesn't follow my rules. I can't take it because we have potentially the 50 level as support. If I would have taken it, I would have shorted it right here at 71, 75. See if it would have worked. If I'm going to take a trade in either direction, Hada, I want to make sure that there's no obstacles in the way. And so what obstacle is in the way of this candle here? It's going to be the 50 level. Based on the measured move of the candle. Same problem we have here. This is a signal to go up. But look at the measured move. The measured move is all the way up here at 24.25. I would have to break 100, break this prior high, and break the downward trend line that I drew. It makes it less likely that this trade is going to work. And so I don't take it. So you have to be aware of your surrounding obstacles on your way to your potential target based on the measured move of the signal candle. You can see this one didn't work either. It looked like a nice bullish candle. Oh my God, we're going to go back up, right? No. And this is what's been making the last, I want to say, few months tricky in the market. These obstacles and these candles, the candles have gotten so big that there's just not a lot of room for you to take set trades. Now, you're technically still in this bullish trade. You haven't stopped out of it yet. But yeah, on the ES, we're near VWAP. That's true. We could see some potential bounce here because we are testing the 8 EMA on the 5-minute of the ES. But it looks like it's completely breaking down now. So these triggers off of these signal candles, I haven't taken a single one because they don't follow my rules. And that's been the whole premise of what I'm trying to accomplish. Like, I don't want to take mediocre trades. Sometimes the mediocre setups will work, and then you start getting FOMO, fear of missing out. But I don't want to get in that habit, right? We might have a potentially short entry here, but I think the other rule I made for myself is I don't want to take trades off of the 50 level. This did hit target off of this candle. So we need to see what this candle right here that's forming is going to do. Because this potential move here is to go back down to VWAP. If it triggers to the downside. So it did trigger. And the target would be 1950, or really the target is VWAP, so. But I don't like taking trades off the 50 level. Months ago, even a few weeks ago, I would say go for it, but the last week or two, the 50 level has been really unreliable. And I would have gotten stopped out. So this is what I mean. Like, these are just things that I've been observing. Now, the 50 level on the ES is a lot stronger because the ES doesn't move as big as the NQ. Although technically speaking, you're still... no. Nope. This candle really wants to continue the downtrend and go down to VWAP, but we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. Alright, so it did trigger. Alright, and it hit target. Even if we wanted to take this trade, even though I've been talking about the 50 level, it never came back to retest 50 to go back down. So it wouldn't have followed my rules anyway. And now we want to see what this candle wants to do that's forming here. If it can retest VWAP and hold up, we might take the bullish version of this trade. Depends on the length of the candle too. All right, this candle did not test VWAP. This one might. Okay. With this bullish candle, we have a higher low. Ideally, I want to draw it out like this. Now this candle here is what it's telling me is it wants to try to go the distance and retest 100. I still can't take it though. We have this standard deviation level in the way. You can see the rejection off the standard deviation. We did trigger lower here. And 51 is the target. Now we have a lower high, so I have to mark that as well. The bearish trigger worked. I wouldn't have taken the bearish trigger anyway, just because we had these EMAs in the way. We're still technically in this bullish trade. That hasn't stopped out. You'd have to go underneath 33.75 to stop it out. But that's a huge candle. We're talking over 30 plus points, almost 34 points, 33.5 points. That's just too much risk. And it also didn't follow my initial rules anyway. So all right, it's topped out. This is what's making the price action really tricky, is these big candles in these zones. All right, so we triggered lower here, but VWAP is underneath us. That is the next obstacle. So we can't take this bearish trade either. This would have been a nice rejection off of 50 for at least 6 or 7 points, but again, doesn't follow my rules, so not taking it. The whole point of the stream is for me to follow my rules and to teach you guys the system and to make money, obviously, but the money is going to be a byproduct of following the rules and being disciplined, right? And having fun. I want to have fun on the stream, clearly. You guys know this. All right, so we have a higher low here. The wedge is getting tighter and tighter. All right, so the bearish trade stopped out. Bullish trade triggered, but we have all this resistance overhead now, right? The two trend lines, standard deviation, this prior high are all obstacles. Now, it doesn't mean we don't overcome those obstacles and we go hit 8650. I'm just saying that from a probabilistic perspective, it's not very high. Okay, we hit the target and it looks like we're getting some buying. We are 1 minute before 10 o'clock. I wonder if the 10 o'clock candle is going to give us some sort of volatility today, even though there is no 10 o'clock news. And if we didn't have standard deviation in a way here, I would have taken a short at 100. C100 is acting like a battle zone right now. All right, it's 10 o'clock. We're getting that volatility right there. We also got a trigger to go up. So I can't trust 100 right now. 100 is a battle zone for both the bears and the bulls. And neither is really holding it. So I can't trust taking any side here. I need to get this conflict resolved first. And looks like the bulls won. Wow. I think the bears just gave up. You could see that by the explosive candle higher. And now we are at a 150 level. Wow. Okay. I wonder if also news came out too. I personally think we just broke a major level of resistance for the bears and they just gave up. If I was trading the 50 level like a few weeks ago, we would have taken the buy here at 150 and it would have worked for 15 points. But we're not trading the 50 levels today. Staying disciplined. I was almost tempted to buy it at 150. With the third retest, we would have gotten stopped out. And so I'm just staying disciplined here, guys. Discipline is the name of the game. All right, so we have these highs here. We had a cluster of highs up here. From yesterday at 1:52 p.m. So let's go ahead and mark that appropriately. We're technically in this downtrend now. Or down, not downtrend, bearish trigger. But we have the EMA in the way here. Otherwise we... Actually, I wouldn't have taken it. Remember, I'm not taking trades off the 150. But anyway, it worked. We're back at 100. This triggered higher off of the standard deviation. Okay, we hit target. Question is, do we have room to go up? We do. All right. Not anymore. Not with that burst up. I would have taken it right here at this 21 EMA if the candle was smaller. Now this would have worked. We only went 4 points and drawdown, and then it went up for 15. But again, I mentioned this earlier today. Some of the mediocre setups are going to work, but doesn't mean we take them. I want to stick to my rules. Now we have a lower high, and And we are back in a wedge. Retesting the 100 level. It did trigger bearish here. 100 is in the way though. Okay, we just hit target on this bearish trade off of this 10:06 candle. We can delete this line. We can delete this measured move. We are getting a bounce off of the 5-minute 8 EMA here. See that? Boom. Well, close it. Are you green on that order? You can go to your positions, right click and close, cancel all or close all, exit all positions. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to find it. Sometimes NinjaTrader will also do some really funky things. You really have to pay attention to it. All right, this did trigger higher, but got the EMAs above us. We have this downward trend line. I haven't been able to see a really clean setup. Okay, this triggered lower, but we're right above the 8 EMA on the 5-minute. And these two trend lines. So you can see there's buying here at this level. Okay, we are starting to break down. Buyers are trying to hold this. This is crazy, guys. They really are trying to hold it. There is a part of me that wants to short it right at 100 just because you have all these EMAs here. It needs to come down to 84.75 for it to work. Again, I'm trying to follow my rules, so this thing is really struggling to even come back down. Especially after this big bullish candle, doesn't make it exactly enticing to take a short here. This would have been a stop loss. So, all right, so this, delete this, readjust this line. We're still in this bearish downtrend channel. So to show you guys a little bit clearer, have this, and then we have sort of this look. And we'll make it extend to the right. There you go. This is your downtrending channel. And you could see we came right back up into that channel and sold off, right? Yeah, there's too many obstacles. That's what's been making trading hard the last few weeks. Obstacles are just keep getting in the way. But you know, if you're aware of what those obstacles are, it will keep you safe. And then I like to use the analogy of a pilot who's on a runway, and he or she, they're not going to take the plane. They're not going to take off in their plane unless the runway is completely clear. Even if there is something as small as like a bird, as small as an obstacle as that might sound, the runway has to be 100% clear in order for that plane to take off. And that's the analogy I use when we're taking trades. This did trigger lower here, but we have obstacles. I hope you find some sort of peace in knowing where these obstacles are and just trying to follow your rules, you know. Because the moment I don't, the moment I'm like, oh, well, that obstacle's not that big of a deal, then I start getting a little bit sloppy in my trading. And then when I start getting sloppy in my trading, I start taking mediocre setups. And then it becomes sort of this downward spiral. And then I end up forcing trades. I just don't want to enter that road altogether. Don't want to go down that path. Yeah, 25070 is kind of a zone now. So if I was to draw it out for you. Let's see, where's my shortcut key? This is kind of what it looks like. Based on this high candle here that was resistance, now is potentially support, right? If I keep drawing on my chart, it's going to start looking like a Picasso painting. But you know, sometimes visuals illustrate the point. What I'd really like to see is this candle that's forming right now. I really wanted it to just break out. And we can break this channel, break 100. It didn't do it. It didn't do it. Maybe the next candle will. But we're right at resistance again. Because if we get that nice breakout candle here to the upside, we have room to go up. There's no obstacles in the way. Depending on the size of the candle, of course. Instead, we get pushed back down into the channel. No, I was thinking the same thing, Doug. I was wondering myself, is there room to take this trade lower? Barely. I drew this sort of blue rectangle demand zone or support zone, whichever term you want to use. And you could see we're bouncing off of it, right? So I just don't think there's room. I think it's just a very tight range. I want to ideally see it break to the upside. Try to line it up with the actual trend here. What makes it tricky too is if you look at the 5-minute, we are sort of battling near this 8 EMA on the 5-minute, and you can see, look at these 5-minute candles, wick, right? There are buyers down here. All right, we're starting to break down. We are now near VWAP. I could start deleting this box here. Delete this line. We are making our way down through the channel. Channel is still intact. All right, we just hit target. If the bears wanted to continue going lower, either 15 is going to hold, or you might as well go all the way down to 25,000 even. It's a nice round number. We are at the bottom of the channel though, so yeah, now we're underneath VWAP, so it's looking more bearish now. Let's see what this candle wants to do. If we come up to VWAP and hold underneath it, this could be a signal to go back down. Or we can just go to 25,000 now. Why not? We could see it go all the way down to 987. That would be filling the gap on the Nasdaq. We did bounce off 25,000 even. There is room to take it to the upside, but do I really want it to come back down? Yeah, isn't that cool? The synchronicity of market and collective consciousness. That's what the stock market is. It's a representation of all of our thoughts. It's pretty cool when you think about it on a philosophical level. What's the purple line? That is the 5 p.m. close yesterday. That's when the futures market closed. The dotted gray line down here is when the New York Stock Exchange closed at 4 p.m. So if we want to fill the gap, we want to come all the way down to 87.50. There it is. We filled the gap. We should start seeing some potential buyers step in because we filled the gap. It's not necessarily the case always, but I mean, objective achieved by the sellers, right? Can delete this line. This one technically triggered lower, but we have a standard deviation level underneath us. Oh, for sure, Doug. Absolutely. Couldn't even make its way back up to 25 even. Sellers just pounced. Just not enough room to take these candles. This is technically, do we have room to go down? We do. Our first trade that actually follows our rules. If it wants to come back up, get us in, go back down. Actually, if you draw this, you can't do it anymore. We are starting to potentially transition back up. We have this high that we broke to the upside here. So the momentum might be shifting back up to a bullish. Yep. Glad I caught that before taking that bearish setup. We did hit the bullish target off of this 1029 candle. Did I lose the stream? You guys are still here, right? Because it said my connection said I lost the stream for a second. Okay, great. Wonderful. All right. Yeah. We did get a signal lower, but again, like, we just don't have the room for it, you know? We don't have the room. Lars, good to see you on here, bro. Need to distract. What snack never gets mad? Pickles, they're cool as a cucumber. Why did the robber jump in the shower? He wanted to make a clean getaway. Well, good to see you on here. Lars, I have no idea who's on here, who's not, like, unless people actually comment in the chat. So I wish there was a way for me to see who my viewers are. But maybe that's a privacy thing from YouTube. I don't know. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. Okay, good to know. Sometimes I miss the thumbs up just because, like, the chat is on a third screen. I appreciate that, man. Always good to hear from you. I have to jump off around like 10:50, 10:55 for the 11 o'clock call. So we still technically have time. I'm surprised I haven't taken a trade. It just shows you how tricky the market's been recently. We did hit the bearish targets. Oops. Here we go. We are approaching another support level. And just like that, we are buying off of that support level. Crazy, right? Two levels here. We have this 960 level here acted as support, and we also had the upward trend line from the 605 candle and the 847 candle. So gonna keep an eye on this level. Part of me wanted to take the buy here at 977 so bad, but it's just not following my rules. I'm trying to be as disciplined as possible here. So we did just get the signal up here, but we have all that resistance over our head. Having your average NQ candle being above 20 points has been very, very challenging. It's at 2284 right now. You guys can see it down here, this indicator. I think when the NQ candles were around 15, it was a lot easier to trade. So like if you go to the MNQ and go to the 1024 chart, because those candles form a lot more frequent, you can see the ATR here is a lot more manageable. In fact, these setups look a lot better too, now that I'm looking at it. It's not as cluttered. But we would have gotten some false positive signals as well. So, like, I don't know. I'm going to stick with the NQ 800. We did hit target here. We triggered again right here. Now we're approaching VWAP and we're at the top of the channel that we drew earlier. So let's see if sellers are going to step in here or not. Okay, so we have both a bullish and a bearish signal here. Bullish trade stopped out and the bearish trade is still in progress. $25,000 even acting as potential support now, maybe. I don't know. Trying to see if there's anything we could have done differently today, but I mean, this is the 5 minute. Sometimes if the market is trending, you get cleaner setups, but the candles are a lot bigger, obviously. And the average 5 minute candle is 54 points in this volatile environment. So I just don't like that either. If we switch over to the 1 minute, it's not that much better. The average candles are a little under 26 points. There's no time frame right now that's making this trading easier. We've triggered bearish and bullish in this zone here. I think if buyers really want to get something going, they now will have to overcome this bigger channel that we've drawn out here, and they have to go above the VWAP and close and continue higher. If that's what needs to happen if we want to get some bullish momentum here. And for the bears, they got to do the opposite. They got to defend VWAP. They got to defend this top of the channel at resistance. And right now, it's not a clear signal as to who's going to win because you're getting this back and forth. Yeah, and there's potentially the 50 level as well. You're right, Doug. All right, so the bullish trade hit target and the bearish trade stopped out. We are at VWAP though, right? So, but this is like the first candle in a while, if at all, actually, that has closed above this downward channel. Your second bullish signal was here, but we got VWAP right there and we had 50, so couldn't take this one. We are testing this swing high here. And we just got to close above it, so Yep. There is a ton of support at VWAP now, though. If we go to the 5-minute, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Or there was, when I was saying that initially, when we were above VWAP, we had the 21 EMA and the 8 EMA on the 5-minute act as potential support. So we'll see what we could be getting. A nice 5-minute setup here. But it's really cluttered, right? Like, it's very cluttered. I will most likely have to come back in the afternoon and to take some more trades. I'm gonna be leaving in like 5 to 10 minutes, and it's amazing that I didn't take a single trade. That's not like me at all. But you guys see how difficult this market has been with these large candles and tight ranges and obstacles everywhere. And barely fall, and then no follow through. Like, looked like the bulls were actually getting something going, and they just had zero continuation. So the bullish trade stopped out, the bearish trade triggered. And usually on days like this, where it might be a little tricky to figure out what the market wants to do, you want to zoom out to the higher time frames. But the problem is the higher time frames have not exactly been very helpful. Like, even if we go to the 15-minute, I mean, look at these candles with these wicks. Like, it's not helpful at all. We're stuck in this range. I appreciate that, Doug. I am really just trying to be disciplined. I will call today a win, though, because we did follow all of our rules. Mark is in Florida, Doug. He's looking to buy a house in Florida. I'm very excited for him and his family, actually. I think he and his family are looking to move down in that area. Which will be awesome for them. They wanted to go back. Okay, we're getting some sort of bullish momentum here. Can we keep it going? Yeah, right. That's true. All right, I think I'm going to call it quits here, guys. Let's talk about trade performance today. 0 for 0. You guys ever watch Animal House? 0.0. Anyway, no wins or no losses, but I consider today a win because we 100% follow all of our rules. And pretty happy about that. Obviously, it's a little disappointing we couldn't take any trades. We did. We won. I might be back on this afternoon around maybe 2 o'clock. I might stream then. Maybe we can catch a few trades then as well. Hope you guys had a good one. I'll be back on here tomorrow at 9:20 Eastern, 10 minutes before market opens. Almost like watching a pro baseball game. Yeah, right? Very slow today. Very, very slow. All right, guys. Have a blessed day, okay? And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.